Hey guys, this is Sgt Ghost here. So we're gonna be flying the FMS Ranger today. Just a simple plane. It's got tricycle landing gear. It does have the springy front gear, as some of y'all have seen. Now, I personally had an issue with it already, and though again that could be my fault, but here it is. As you can see, it's taking quite a beating. Though this is just from, I want to say, 4, maybe 5 rough landings that fully collapsed the gear. But other than that, Ranger's a tough bird. We're going to be flying on 3 different batteries today. If you want to come show them, it's going to be the Gens Ace 2200, a Lipier 2200, as well as a Lipier 1300. Looking like about 8 to 10 minutes of flight time, depending on which pack you're using. 8 for the 1300, about 2200 gets 10 minutes, it depends. But we're going to be taking it up, get about a couple flight shots, and we'll see what we can do. Alright, so we got the Gens Ace 2200 in there. We're going to be taking off, going left to right. It's a little bit of a crosswind. It's not too terrible out today, though. It's actually quite a nice day. So we'll be taking off in stabilized mode. They do have that Reflex version 3 in there. So we're going to be taking off in stabilized mode. They also have what is basically safe mode. It's self-leveling. And that works actually quite well. So it's a good save me button. Alright, taking off. She flies quite well. She's very agile. Very simple plane to fly, nothing to it. If you want something basic or something beginner friendly, this is it. It's very floaty to the point that it's almost annoying on landings, but that's also just learning that type of plane. Again, you get about 8 minutes to 10 minutes of flight, depending on what pack you use. It does run on a 3S battery, though. Try to keep it in a nice little circle here so she can keep it in view for y'all. I'm going to do a roll. As you can see, she rolls quite nicely. Follow it out through a turn. That gyro is actually helping quite a bit. It is a little bit gusty today. There she is, looking good. And she's the one actually I've been practicing inverted flight on. So let's test that out. Puts around real nicely. And she'll get out of it easily too. Very simple plane, very fun to fly, especially if you just want something simple to putt around in, practice your basic tricks, learn what you need to. This is it. This is a good starting place. Especially with that self-leveling option, you really only need a 6-channel receiver. Other than that, I have no real issues with it. It's a fun plane to fly. We'll stop talking and I'll let y'all enjoy. mode real quick here. We're gonna come out of this turn. Oh no, I've lost orientation. Level. I just simple turn. It does have a bank limit, so it will only allow you to turn so much, and it'll also allow you to only go up and down so much. Like that is full up. That's full turn. That is full turn. I can't turn any more than that. The plane will not let me. You can still crash in this mode, so it's not an all-out save me button. So don't expect it to save your plane for you every time. But it is good to... Oh no, I've lost orientation. Helps level the plane out, get it flying back straight as long as you have throttle. Again, very capable, so bring her in for landing, see what we can do. She is very floaty, so we might go around 1 or 2 times. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring her around one more time. Just swing it out a little bit, just don't mind that she's gonna get a little small there. But she is a very floaty aircraft. She will float forever, genuinely. And she's down. That is the FMS Ranger on that Gens Ace 2200. Again, flies quite well. All right, so this is gonna be right after that first flight with that Gens Ace. Let's see what we're sitting at now. Go ahead and get her unplugged. All right. We're gonna go ahead and see what we're sitting at. It's a little hard to see. But we're sitting at 61% or 3.9 volts a cell. So, and that was around 6 minutes of flight. You could have, of course, flown longer, but didn't feel like it on this one. No, let's go ahead and get to those Hyperior packs. 2200 as a direct comparison. And we're gonna go ahead and throw that in. If I could actually throw it in. We do this live, people. Alright. Radio's good. Plug it in. Throw the connectors back. Give her the time to start up. Which that's it binding to the radio as well as the reflex now setting itself and making sure it's good. There she goes. Alright, she's ready to go. That's not your self-leveling. This is the stabilized mode, so if I want to do knife edges, or if I want to do, like I was doing earlier, inverted flight, it's not going to right it, but it will correct for any wind. Now, if I were to turn on self-leveling, that's as far as I can go in a turn. That's as far as I can go. Same thing with going up or down. I can only go that far up before it's trying to fix itself. Same thing with going down. But this is the self-leveling mode, as you can tell. So, but there you go. Let's go take it up in the air with this Hyperior. Alright, we're rocking that Hyperior 2200. Again, I wouldn't recommend a 2200 for this, but it can take it, and it flies it actually quite well, as you saw earlier. So if that's all you have, more than welcome. It's going to enjoy it. But it does call for a 1300. So we will fly that last and in just a moment, as that one is, in my opinion, the most fun to fly on. Let's get her in the air. And that was taking off in actually the safe mode, funnily enough. So that's probably why it was so butter smooth. But here we are flying that Hyperior 2200. Let's give a full throttle pass. Got some gumption. Going up. She's almost got unlimited vertical. It's not exactly unlimited because it will stall out after a certain point, but by the time it does, you're already 100 or 200 or 300 feet in the air. Get that slow flight in. Definitely has a little bit more punch out, not much of a difference, but I do prefer these Light Figure packs as that Gen's Ace is quite a bit older. It's been through quite a lot. Some little wind gusts, as y'all can see the plane's rocking just a freckle. But it's, again, not bad to fly on at all. This thing is insanely comfortable in the wind. A little low pass, talk about it. And we're giving that upside down test. We actually turn this way. Maybe turn this way. She turns phenomenally upside down, but again, she's also a training plane. It's the plane you're supposed to learn things on. And I expect it to fly well and feel comfortable doing most maneuvers. It is based off of kind of like a Cessna, but if I'm supposed to learn on something, this would be it. Like, this is a plane I'd feel comfortable enough to hand my wife. Like, that's something I would say. Touch and go, almost into a fence, but you know, the normal. I don't say I'm the best pilot, I will never say that. But I will say that I do know most things. So I can at least handle myself for piloting out of most situations. But I have lost a plane, or 2, or 5. Alright, that's our timer to come land. So we're going to bring it back around, which we actually still have plenty of battery left, I can feel. So I'm not too terribly worried, but we're going to go ahead and listen to our timer that's yelling at us, and will not stop yelling at us until we fix that. So we're going to swing her around town, bring her down, turn off throttle, push the nose down a little bit, push the nose down, keep pushing it down, and float. Bounce. But we got to test the landing gear on that one as well. Let's see. So landing gear's fine though. Again, that's how it should work. It should, you know, spring a little bit, you know, maybe bounce the plane back up, but it shouldn't cause an issue like I was having with that one that came with the plane. So, but all in all, good flying plane. Would definitely recommend it. Alright, so we're going to bring out that Light Figure 2200, see what it's sitting at, and then we're going to fly that 1300. So let's see what we got. Alright, we're actually looking at 67% or 3.94 volts a cell. I don't know if you can really read that. It's probably a little hard to. But, got 67% per cell. Set those to the side. Let's go ahead and get this 1300 thrown in. Now this one's a lot more fun because you can move the CG kind of anywhere due to its small size, which makes this plane really become fun. So we're actually going to give it a little bit of gonna give it a little bit of tail heaviness, not too much. I don't experiment much with CG, but considering this plane has a gyro and I've grown very comfortable with it very quickly, I'm willing to experiment. Now, do I recommend jump starting to doing what I'm doing here? No, don't do that. But if you are confident in your piloting skills and feel like you're going to be comfortable enough to fly it like it is, go for it. Let's get her started up. Alright, and normally I balance it on this line here for the CG marks, or at least anywhere between the wing spars or the supports and then this line here, but I think this one actually will have it right on those lines. It should. Yeah, right on those lines, those blue lines on the top of the wing. So it's going to be a little more touchy, a little more sensitive, but it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. It's actually going to be a little bit fun, hopefully. 1800. It should actually take off a bit quicker, and if anything, like I said, be a bit more agile in the air. Though it also could be the CG mark, or see where I put the CG at. We'll see. Now you could ask, why are you taxing out so far? So she can get the whole takeoff in one shot. Just like that. Her up quite a bit because she's not as heavy. She's not having to pull around as much weight. Again, bigger flies better, as well as lighter flies typically better, unless you're in the wind. Then lighter doesn't do that well. Again, very agile plane. We'll do whatever you ask of it. We get some silent flying. See the water reflecting off of it? Do you see that? Mm-hmm. That was pretty as shit. Oh, wow. Yes, we speak openly here. But that water looks real good on the plane. I'll tell you what. And I know it's a lot of just circles, guys. I know it's pretty simple stuff. But hey, I mean, I know some people who enjoy just basic flying. And that's what some people want to see with a trainer. But I also know you will want to see what it can do. And it can do a lot. It can do what you ask of it. If you really want it to do something, it will. I'm sitting here punching out of a hover almost. Like, you really want to learn how to hover? You can do something with it. You want to go for low passes all the time? You want to do slow and low passes? Yeah, absolutely. You can try to do that. Yeah, we can do that. See? Nice, low, and slow. Do you want to do fun inverted flying? Absolutely, you can. Like, yeah, you can do absolutely a bunch of fun things with this plane. Apologies on that one. I kind of exited a little weird, so I went the wrong direction that I wanted. But again, especially with that 1300, allows for a lot of things. We'll also leave links in the description to the plane as well as the batteries we're using today. So if you want to pick those up for yourself, they'll be down in the description. Check those out. We'll bring this plane in for a little touch and go and see what we can do. Wow, she doesn't want to touch. You see that? Like right above the ground. Yeah, if you ever want to practice anything, this is probably the plane I would bring out to the field almost every time to practice on before flying anything fun. Like, I've got an Avanti. That thing is a ball to fly, but God, is it stress. This is nothing. This is fun. This is just peaceful. Booking it, boys. Wee. Again, she'll do whatever you ask her. As long as you keep the ground in mind and, you know, remember where that is at all times, which you're supposed to do, you can have an absolute blast with this thing. Look at them pretty red wings. Just want to show you those for a minute. It's ridiculous. Alright, I'm starting to run out of juice. I can feel it on the pack, but we're going to keep pushing her just a freckle. Go for that knife edge style flight. You see how much we're drooping the tail. That water's reflecting on the plane. Anyways, let's go ahead and bring her in. We've done enough. I start to feel the battery get weak, which basically means she is ready to come in and take a break. See if I can give a good landing. If anything, we'll go around if need be. Our runway isn't the most smoothest, or the smoothest. I think that landing was pretty alright. Again, that's the FMS Ranger. Figured I'd get some shots of it flying, show y'all out what it feels like. Again, it's a very fun plane to fly. If you want something simple or just to putt around in, this is it, dude. Get you a Ranger if you can. Oh, and did I mention they come with floats too? Alright. So I appreciate y'all staying with us this long and seeing all the flights with the different batteries. Let's check this one and see what we're sitting at now. It's actually quite warm. Again, you can pick these up at rcbattery.com. They're actually quite affordable. It actually shocked the hell out of me. But no, these are some solid batteries for the price. I don't have an issue or a complaint with them. And we're sitting at 3.68 of cell or 11%. So 3.68 volts a cell, 11%. All right, so that is the FMS Ranger. I couldn't be happier with it. It's, depending on if you get the plug-and-play version or the ready-to-fly version, it's either $190 or it's $250 with the ready-to-fly. And you can even get the floats with it as well, so you don't have to take off from just land. You can take off from water. And it's got the new Reflex version 3 gyro in there, as well as it's now got a carbon wing spar in there as well, so you can do a lot more of the acro that you saw me doing today. So, anyways, it's been Sgt Ghost. This is the FMS Ranger. It's a simple plane. I'd recommend picking one up for yourself. Check the links below. I'll see y'all another time.